Shut up,
Shut
no one
the
wants to hear you.
Up. All right. So like Zach was saying to YouTube now. Oh, here comes Chris again. Great.
Oh my God. Anyways, Drew has a brand new build, brand new PC, brand new monitor, CPU, keyboard. I don't fucking know. He got a dash, he got a cam, he got a microphone. He doesn't have audio in his fucking monitor. How do you buy a display and don't get the audio with it? It was Prime Day, my man. You could have found 30 of them. Where the fuck you at, Drew? Come on. He's probably gonna have to get his PS4 mic or something and just use it as headphones and then use the mic as the mic. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what the fuck is wrong with you, James? Welcome back to another episode of the BOTA Show. Yay. I am joined today by Drew, Mr. Brand New Computer Setup.
Yeah.
Mr. Took 45 minutes to find fucking audio for anything.
Hey, man, I did not go into this planning on needing to do that.
No, that's also fair. I'm joined by Chris. Say hi, Chris.
Hello.
And I'm joined by Dix, apparently, because that's just what James wants to be called now.
They call me Dick McGillicuddy.
James, the entire episode, I dare you, the only word that comes out of your mouth is Dix. No matter what you're responding to, it's just Dix.
That's quite limiting.
All right, good.
James, talk about F1. Dix.
That'll be all.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, we got a good show for you guys. You missed a lot of pre-show antics. We have a little bit for you here and there that I'm going to put in the post-production. But let's start off like we always do, guys. Let's go right into it. The BOTA news. I don't ever want that to happen again. Thank you.
How fucking dare you? Who the hell do you think you are?
Running round me in stars.
John Wayne Gacy.
Also,
let's go right to I don't know. Let's go right to the NFL news, please. Let's just get some semblance of fucking normalcy here. All right. First note here that I have, Demaryius Thomas, as I was writing the notes, maybe around like 12 or 1, announced his retirement from the NFL, signed a 1-day with the Broncos, and then retired. Congrats. Wonderful career for Demaryius. Didn't really do anything outside of the Broncos. So, I mean, one-trick pony for the Broncos. But did win a Super Bowl with them. Had a really good career when Peyton Manning was there. Actually, had a good career even without Peyton Manning in the beginning. But excuse me. So, yeah, I guess that's all I'll say about that. Even bigger news with the NFL, guys. We have been waiting for a while for them to bring back the alternate colored helmets. And the NFL is letting teams do that. We are getting a second helmet for teams to wear that they can choose whatever color that they want to match whatever uniforms that they've had in the past. So for certain teams like the Bucks, most likely they're going to bring back the creamsicle uniforms. The Patriots are going to bring back, they're going to bring back Pat. They're going to go with those red uniforms, the white helmets. I'm sure the Eagles are probably going to go with the Kelly green uniforms. We'll see what happens with all 32 teams, where they go with it. I mean, obviously, I'm very excited to watch Patriots bring back Pat, 1960s AFC uniforms in the red, all that stuff. Really good shit for me. Drew, what do you think about the Packers? What do you think they're going to bring back? Or move forward with? I don't know. They could come up with something completely different.
Yeah, I think it would be interesting to see if they try another take at those, OG blue jerseys with the yellow circle
and then
the
like
brown
the full
helmet, or kind of like those like super 1920s throwbacks almost. Because they've had a couple different iterations of those over the last couple of years. Nothing recently with the new everything, but
right.
I would love to see them go back towards something along those lines, because when you talk about Packers uniform history, there's not a whole lot. They've pretty much been in those green and gold uniforms for as long as I can remember.
Right.
Anyways.
So you kind of want to see them do something a little outside of the box this time?
Yeah, and not even necessarily super outside of the box. Like I said, just another take. I know they've had 2 or 3 different ones in the past, but another take on one of those old school blue OG football unis.
I want to see the creamsicle come back full.
Oh, 100%. I do too.
Yeah.
I like those jerseys.
I do too, and they get a lot of flack. I think that would be. Yeah, people
I
don't
think-
like the.
I
the
think
Bucs
for-
creamsicle.
I think
the
for people, it's
Buccaneer
cool to hate
logo
them.
of those jerseys is so sick.
With the knife in his mouth.
Yeah, that's a beautiful logo.
Yeah.
On guard.
Under there.
God, I hope he doesn't talk like that.
I'd be really funny if it did. Honestly, I prefer that over a Manly voice. Angered.
You just want him to be Waluigi?
He just sounds like a Minecraft villager. No,
The whole episode is just Minecraft villagers.
imagine. Oh my god. Anyways, James, what about the Browns? I mean, obviously the Browns are kind of in the same boat as the Packers. There's no really,
Not much else you could do.
Not
I mean,
much
our
else you
logos,
could
our
do, I
helmet,
mean.
our fucking helmet's our logo. Like, what do you want us
yeah,
to do?
I know.
You're gonna
It's an
change the
orange
helmet?
helmet
That's the
with
whole
brown
fucking
and
logo of the team. Come on.
I know. Well, that's the thing. So, do you think the Browns do anything then? Do they have
No.
any other colored helmets? No, they just keep the same.
They've never, historically, never really had any alternate helmets, or because they can't.
Oh.
That's their logo.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I mean,
I
I guess
know.
maybe like a white like alternate, but
Yeah, I get that.
It'd be weird because it would just be a logo unless you put the helmet logo.
that's what I'm
on
saying.
a
Is you have
white
to put the helmet logo onto the helmet.
That would just be so weird.
That's a good point.
I
That is an interesting one for
want
you,
to see
James.
it now, though. I really want to see it.
That would be
Didn't
very
see the
interesting.
concept for it? I literally have a picture of it.
Oh, all right, let's see it.
All right. Well, while Chris
Anyway.
finds that, we'll move on to our next point. I got a little short discussion for you guys. It's probably gonna be a lot shorter now that Drew and I talked about it like earlier. But does Big Ben have enough in the tank for the Steelers to make a significant run at another Super Bowl? I will leave the floor.
No,
No, I say no too. I'm no.
Does he have enough in the tank to push them to the playoffs? Maybe. Does he have enough to push him all the way to the Super Bowl? No.
I don't see this Steelers team making the playoffs this year. I'm sorry, I just don't. I think the Browns and the Ravens are too stiff of competition for them to have any hope of winning the division, first of all. Then they're going to be taking one of those wild card spots. And I see the Steelers falling off pretty hard at this point. They've lost a lot of pieces. Ben is old. They don't have an O-line anymore.
Yeah, especially now. I mean, they just lost David DeCastro, who we still haven't actually heard what's going on with that. Right? He hasn't signed anywhere. He hasn't committed to retirement. He's just up in the air.
A lot of people think it's going to be retirement, but I don't know yet.
I know a lot of Ravens fans that want him just as a fuck you.
I mean, fair. It would be a nice piece to that line, too.
Look, sorry.
Sorry, I was just going to give a little NHL update. The Lightning are up 1-0 already.
Hey,
Go Bolts, yes,
fire up
sir.
gravy train, baby.
Fuck you, Zach.
Fuck. It doesn't matter. Every goal is agony for me. Every single fucking goal in the Stanley Cup final playoffs is agony.
Tell your Bruins to do better next year.
Hey, fuck you.
That's what I thought.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, that's it.
That's the show. That's it. Me just sitting
we're
here.
done, boys.
We're just gonna watch Chris barely out of
Oh my
camera while he puts the Browns on
that
Browns.
fucking helmet.
That helmet's sick.
That's
That
sick.
is dope.
Oh, it's
would let-
reversed though. It's reversed, but that's a sweet concept one.
Yeah,
Dude,
the guy who does those
fucking
does a great
first
job.
one was an orange helmet with the orange helmet logo.
Can we petition to have a concept called Helmetception and have just like
Our
multiple
favorite helmets,
pictures?
I'd totally do that.
No, it's the Browns helmet on a Browns helmet on a Browns helmet on a Browns helmet
Oh,
on top of a
no.
Browns helmet.
Oh no.
That's my design. You're
That
welcome.
one too, it's backwards, but that's another sick concept.
I do like that.
I did like that one too.
There's a
They'd
bunch-
have to. I don't know what that would go with though, jersey wise. The helmet
The
by itself,
the white
is pretty
unis?
nice.
our
the
brown
white color
color
rush.
rush. What do you mean?
No, I think the white color rush would be good with that too.
Any jersey would go with that. You have orange trim.
All right, fine. Put it on a Patriots jersey.
No, but if
said
you
it.
wore that with like brown jerseys, that would be too much. Too much
Yay,
brown.
tired James. All right. So back to the point at hand, what I was saying before.
Big Ben.
The Steelers seem like they're falling behind in a very tough division that is very young and is only going up around him.
That's what I'm
The
saying.
Bengals, I've said it, the
Granted.
Bengals,
The Ravens are falling fast.
they're not falling fast. It's
Faster
easy
than
enough.
you
It's
would think.
easy enough to call the Ravens out and be like, oh, fuck the Ravens, whatever. They still make the playoffs or have made the playoffs 3 out of 3, 4 out of 4, maybe even longer. But for the life of Lamar's contract so far, they've made the playoffs. So they're still a contending team every goddamn time. I don't like it, but that's the reality of it. Now, that being said, they are great. The Browns are only on the uptick, and the Bengals, who another team nobody thought would actually do anything, looks like they're going up too.
Yeah, this is also
Steelers-
true. I
yeah.
did neglect to mention the Bengals, who I think have a lot of potential upside moving forward, especially not necessarily this year, but the next 2, 3, 4 years.
This.
I mean,
Sorry, I cut you off, Drew.
no, it's fine. I'm really excited to see the Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase reunion. That's going to be a blast.
I think if I had to describe the Bengals this year, I don't think they're going to have a winning record. I think they're going to do better than they did last year. I don't think that's a shock to anybody. But I think they're at that transition point where they've become the team you have to worry about. Like, losing record or not, they're going to give you a fucking fight until the end.
And in a lot of cases, especially when you're talking about that division and in division, the Bengals have always kind of just been that team that for some ungodly reason puts up a fight in those divisional games. Even though they're absolute trash against every other team, they'll split the series with 2 out of 3 of the divisional teams, even if they're way better than there. It's weird. It's just one of those. It's like the Jets or the Dolphins and the Patriots. It's just one of those things.
They play harder in division.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they significantly improve most of the time.
I'm gonna throw out a comparison and let me know if you guys agree with this. But
No.
I don't know. I have this feeling they're gonna be last year's Chargers this coming year.
I think that would be a huge step forward for them.
Because I mean, you look at the Chargers; they were 7-9, right?
Yeah.
They had a losing record, and I'm not by any means saying the Bengals are going to go 7-9. I'm just saying they had that kind of feeling, like, you know, there were games where the Chargers put up big offensive numbers, and the Bengals have that capacity, especially adding Jamar Chase, having Joe Burrow be healthy. I mean, look at the first 5 or 6 games that he was there; they played really well. I mean, they played good and bad.
Yeah, it's going to come down a lot to the offensive line this year.
Yeah.
If they can keep Burrow on his feet. Because if he has enough time, he's got some serious weapons now. And
He really does.
and a weapon that he's played 3 years of football with already, stepping into the league. So, or this is going to be their 3rd year together. But
Wow.
that's a dream situation to be in as a quarterback going into his 2nd year is getting someone back that you played in college with. And then, and you know, you can have a 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 5 year, 6 year, 7 year, 8 year, 9 year, 10 year, 11 year, 12 year, 13 year, 14 year, 15 year, 16 year, 17 year, 18 year, 19 year, 20 year, 21 year, 22 year, 23 year, 24 year, 25 year, 26 year, 27 year, 28 year, 29 year, 30 year, 31 year, 32 year, 33 year, 34 year, 35 year, 36 year, 37 year, 38 year, 39 year, 40 year, 41 year, 42 year, 43 year, 44 year, 45 year, 46 year, 47 year, 48 year, 49 year, 50 year, 51 year, 52 year, 53 year, 54 year, 55 year, 56 year, 57 year, 58 to a high level, like that's going to be a phenomenal boost. Now it is on the O-line and the defense.
Quick update. I wouldn't do this if this wasn't significant. College World Series baseball. I gave you guys an update maybe 6-7 minutes ago.
Yeah.
1-0 Mississippi State. Bottom of the first, it's 7-1 Vanderbilt.
That's Vandy.
Yeah.
They weren't even supposed to be in
They've
it.
hit 3 home runs in the bottom of the first.
They were not even supposed to be in it.
We'll talk about that when we get there, but I mean Vandy.
Yeah,
it's not like they weren't supposed to be
No,
in it. They're one of the best
they-
teams in the country. It was just they got lucky on a rubber match.
They're arguably the best team in the country by a bit. They are fucking ridiculous.
I mean, it's literally the bottom of the first.
They weren't in
The first game of the actual best of 3 finals, and they're just hitting home runs with 2 outs. They're just 2-out magic, this team. 7 runs. It's fucking ridiculous. What's that? Yeah. Bottom of the first, they're already back to the top of the order.
They batted around.
They batted around in
inning.
the first inning. Yep.
That is not how you want to start your starting outing as the opposing pitcher.
No, it's, I mean, not great, but looks like it's going to be a short series.
We'll see.
But we will see. I mean, games are games, but all right. Well, anyways, anybody else have
games
any
or
NFL?
games? Quote of the day.
Yeah, meaning like you can win a game 10-1 and lose 2-1 the next day, and it's doesn't matter how bad you beat the team the day before that. If you lose, you lose. That's the point. Anyways,
Okay,
I feel
need
like
you
that's
to elaborate.
not.
I didn't understand
What?
why.
what'd you say, James?
I feel like that's not like what was intended with that. The games are games. I feel like maybe you're only as good as your last game would have been the motion there, but
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's fair. I guess I come up with like really obscure ones other than the ones that I probably should be using. There's Orange Suit Zack.
what the
anybody
fuck
that
is
doesn't
Drew
know.
doing?
I don't
I'm
know.
playing with the LEDs on my computer.
Oh, that's fun.
Oh my god,
any-
amazing.
Any other
Never
NFL?
changed, Drew.
I will never change.
Any other NFL news from you guys? Anything else?
No.
It's been quiet.
No. All right. Well, let's move on. NBA. We got the conference finals going on right now. The Suns have a commanding 3-1 lead over the Clippers, and with no Kawhi Leonard, it looks like it's over.
Yeah, I mean tonight's gonna be an uphill battle for him, man.
Yeah, I mean it really
It's
is.
not looking good.
No.
Especially with a guy like DeAndre Ayton coming into his own in this playoffs. He's been the X factor for the Suns the past 2 series, and you can't just have Paul George being the only player on that Clippers team that's doing anything for them. It's just not going to work. It's not a winning formula.
No. And I mean, when you lose a guy like Kawhi, I mean, it's really, really hard to recover from that when you're playing the best team in the West.
Right. And he adds that spark. He can spark a team. I mean, look what he did in Toronto.
Oh yeah, Kawhi is cold-blooded, man. Kawhi will go into any situation as level-headed as possible. He is level-headed in every situation. The man has no emotions. That's a fact.
Yeah, it's
but
frightening at most points.
it makes him an absolute stone cold fucking player.
Why is a fucking unit is what he is.
Yeah, he is there are few people that I would rather have on an NBA basketball team in the playoffs than a healthy Kawhi Leonard.
Truth.
He does it all.
Truth. Dude, what about COVID-19 Chris Paul? Because Chris Paul is lights out this postseason.
Oh, dude, CP3 he's a monster, and he is one of those players that can take a team from good to championship caliber. Just from his presence. He doesn't even necessarily have to play. Just from having him around the team and the guidance and leadership that he provides. And
I mean, to your point, like exactly, DeAndre Ayton, case in point, came out and said, wow, like this Chris Paul has been my mentor. Like, he's taught me everything that I could have ever wanted in, this year. And he's having a career year. So, I mean, the proof's in the pudding for the Suns right now.
Mhm.
Proof is in that pudding.
Suns are making a run, baby. I'm excited to see what happens. I think it could be a fun young final.
Sun run.
It could. Sun run. Good call.
Sun
Good
run.
call. Well, if I don't know when Kawhi is slated to come back, if at all. I don't know.
I
But if
think
they
he's
can-
supposed to, but I don't think he's in tonight.
Right. But if they can win tonight and have the chance of getting Kawhi back for a possible 6 and 7, they could pull that off, because Kawhi, inserting Kawhi into your lineup is the kind of energy that they need. So if they can find a way to win tonight, then they have a good chance, especially if Kawhi's coming back.
They're
But
going to need playoff P to step up. They're going to
They-
need him
yeah.
to be playoff P if they want to have a half a shot at winning this.
you're goddamn right. But anyways, let's move on over to the Eastern
GDR.
Conference. Yeah. The Bucks took a W down in the A, 113-102 win. Last
I
night,
didn't like that.
what, you don't like the A?
Took a W in the A.
Yeah, that's a good point. What would that? Yeah, sorry.
A wumbo.
Oh, Wumbo. All right. Well,
Put your
anyways,
C in your
the Bucks
J's.
won last night in Atlanta, 113-102. There you go. I won't use fucking letters anymore because apparently everything's dirty. The role players again for Milwaukee stepping up. Chris Middleton, outscoring the entire Hawks team in the fourth quarter, 20-18.
Chris Middleton can be that dude.
He can. He really can. I mean, he
You just
is.
never know if he is going to be
He's
that
also
dude.
very lethal from 3.
What about 4?
No.
What about
Another huge part of the series, though, is that Trey ended up getting hurt. So if he doesn't come back, then it's over.
It's
It is
done.
just
Yeah.
over. There's
They
no
got
way.
No chance. He is the
No chance.
entire lifeblood of that.
He really is. I mean, he is that spark.
Yeah, he's showing very Steph Curry-esque play right now.
I would agree.
I
James.
think he's.
I would agree.
I think he's a different player than Steph Curry, but
Yes and no. I mean,
yeah, there are
break down
some
their game.
facets of the game that are the same, of course. But I think he's got a little bit better of an inside game. I think he's a little bit more physical than Curry tends to be. Not that Curry could be, but likes to be. But that comes with being the best player in the league, more or less.
Fair.
But yeah, I think he's a little bit more physical and got a little bit more energy and gets down low a little bit more. But yeah, he's phenomenal. He's another one of those guys that offensively he's a force to deal with.
also that and the limitless range. Like, I mean, if I'm gonna bring up the Curry comparisons,
Yeah.
handles for days, limitless range,
Mhm.
the ability to just take over the game.
Absolutely.
It's very Steph.
It's true. It is true. Sorry, I was watching the College World Series and they had just inserted the draft order, and they have Jack Leiter going to the Red Sox. Is that something that's been said for a while? I
Well,
don't know.
Originally started this year, the word was that, because where they thought the Red Sox were going to finish is we were going to get Roker, however you fucking say his name.
Mhm.
Now we are not, because we're doing well.
And you can't trade draft picks in the MLB.
Well, they have the 4th overall pick this coming draft.
That's because of last year, yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. This would be for this draft, and they would
Oh.
draft him. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Next year is different. This year they have the 4th because of last year.
I really thought that was different. I'm an idiot, but yeah, I mean, hey, fucker, I'll try.
It's weird because
I'll
they
take
do the
whatever.
draft in the middle of the season where every other sport does it, in the fucking off season.
Yeah, but that's because none of them are coming up to the majors.
I mean, also fair. It's just weird, like timeline wise. But besides the point, I guess we'll get into that when we get into the MLB. But I just thought that was interesting because I'm watching a pitch and this kid's fucking lights out.
Yeah.
That is something that the Red Sox have been missing for a while.
Well, that's been a
don't-
discussion between him and Rocker.
And don't forget
Sure.
that even a lights out pitcher in college coming up to the MLB, there's a whole lot of baseball in between.
No, you're
has
right.
to be navigated before he translates into an MLB.
No, you're absolutely right. But the kid's got stuff, and
Yeah, and that's part of the package. Raw stuff.
That's true. Raw
Is
stuff.
necessary.
And you know, and it having this kind of championship pedigree also would help too. I think.
Oh yeah, playing
kind
for
of-
a team like Vanda, you can never
Yeah.
argue with.
a big market team like the Red Sox, that would translate, I think, pretty well. But we'll move back. We'll continue on with the NBA news, and we can talk more about that when we get to baseball. But we have some head coaching news. Obviously, Ime Udoka had finalized his deal with the Celtics. Now we get a brand new head coach over in Portland. Chauncey Billups named the head coach of the Trailblazers. I don't know what this is going to do for Damian Lillard. If it's going to help, if it's going to hurt. I
Supposedly,
think
Dame hates it. From what I'm hearing on reports, Dame does not like this move.
I just feel like he was going to hate it no matter what. I felt like he was on his way out no matter what. And I think that him saying he hates it is just a cover up for the fact that he doesn't want to say that he's done with Portland.
That's valid. I can see that.
I think because you hear the rumors. It's like, oh, is he done? Is he not done? Is he done? Is he not? Like, if those kind of rumors are coming up, I don't think a head coach is really going to fix that. Maybe some pieces, maybe some players that he has that kind of repertoire with, but a head coach, I don't really think that's going to fix anything. I mean,
think it could if
It-
you get
it
the
could.
right guy.
It could, but
But
you know,
you're talking about
you're Damian Lillard. Like, do you really need a head coach to win basketball games? No.
Well, it has nothing to do with that. It's more of the direction of the team and how things are run under the current head coach. I mean, you can be
Right.
winning basketball games, but having a miserable time because your head coach is destroying the team on a, personal level.
That's fair. Okay, I get that, but at the same time, I just think that I feel like he's using the head coach hiring as just kind of a scapegoat and saying, oh, yeah, I don't like it, I'm done, whatever. I don't know, because I mean, a lot of people just have him going. A lot of people have him going elsewhere. I mean, it just seems like it's gonna happen, and I think it was gonna happen no matter who was in that head coaching spot. So. But besides the point, Olympic roster. Obviously, the Olympics are about a month away, not even,
If that, yeah.
if that.
I think we're under.
Well, the Olympic roster was just finalized. So thank you, James. We have, I think it's 12 players. Hold on, how many? Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we got 12 players. So the 12 players that are going to Tokyo for the Olympic Games for USA Basketball are as follows: Bam Adebayo, Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, Jeremy Grant, Draymond Green. I don't know why I said Draymond.
Draymond.
Jesus. Draymond. I know. Mookie. Drew Holiday, Zach LaVine, Damian Lillard, Kevin Love, Chris Middleton, and Celtics' own Jason Tatum. How do we feel about that lineup, boys? We bringing home the gold?
I mean, when are we not? Here's the thing. It doesn't matter who the fuck is in the lineup. We're
As long-
winning.
if they play in the
I know.
NBA, it's over.
Yeah, not wrong. I would love to see if some of these other NBA stars where they're going to end up playing. Obviously, like Giannis would play in Greece. Luka is from where again? Slovakia.
Eastern Europe.
Yeah, it's it's a real derivative, Drew. Yeah. So I mean, I obviously, like, you kind of just know that the United States is going to win the gold. So when the Olympics are on, I'm really going to try and follow other countries' basketball, because I know Spain runs a pretty good ship over there. They've been good for for the past couple of Olympics, and they've got some good talent over there. And why do I feel like Italy has been good for a little bit too? I might be thinking of
You're
I might be
thinking of
thinking-
some other country because it's not Italy.
I think the only reason I'm thinking that is because Kobe used to play over there. but
I
that's a long time ago. But anyways, any more basketball news you guys want to go over? No, moving on. All right, NHL. Guys, we had a great conference final series, couple of series, honestly. I mean, Game 7, Tampa and in New York, 1-0 win. Reminded me of that Bruins Lightning conference finals when Bruins won the Stanley Cup 2011. 1-0 game. I mean, a little different, obviously, because Tampa scored in like the first period and then held on. The Bruins in that game scored way late into the third and then obviously held on to win that game. But
it was a fun game. That was a good game to watch. It was good hockey. It was
I mean, obviously not the outcome that I was hoping for, but whatever.
Yeah, well, fuck you.
The outcome I wanted, baby.
Yeah, shut the fuck up, Jim.
Guess who doesn't have to fucking eat a
Eat
chip?
a chip or drink UV blue.
No, Long Island iced tea. Come on, get it.
Well,
right.
I know, but someone's got to drink UV blue now.
Oh yeah, both of them do.
Yeah. I thought it was just Connor. It's Sean too.
Oh yeah, Sean almost got out of it because I didn't realize Sean was included.
Oh,
And then
that's
Sean
a
said,
big
or
L.
Connor, no, Sean said something himself. He's like, no, I'm in it. And I was like, oh, man, had to
Big
change the
L.
graphic.
Big L. Anyways, yeah, I mean, it was a good series, hard fought series. I think, if any game was an indication of who was going to win the series, it was Game 5. I mean, the Lightning just had that potential to take the top off and just fucking score.
Which we have been 1 through 4.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna see it in the Stanley Cup Final Series. I don't know who's winning now. I think it might still be the Lightning 1-0, but I will take a look.
I'll take a look right now.
It is
Keep going
1-0. Nope, it's 1-0. I already found it.
on.
But anyways, Andre Vasilevsky is God. Yes, I wrote this in the notes. Not anyone else. I did. Fucking
Me.
hate myself for even putting that on a piece of paper. But you can't deny the facts. Andre Vasilevsky should win the Vezina Trophy if the Tampa Bay Lightning end up winning the series. Put that down.
Who in your minds are the Conn Smythe standouts?
The Conn Smythe standouts for me, Vasilevsky, Point, picking a player, a skater from Montreal is tough. Obviously, Carey Price. I would pick Carey Price above any Montreal player.
Right.
Honestly, dude, give me fucking Cole Caulfield.
Oh, okay, fair, very fair.
And I'll tell you the reason I say this. He's not going to show up. He doesn't show up on the point sheet every game, but the past couple of games that he played in Vegas, he scored 1 or 2 goals each game, had 3 or 4 points. I think people are starting to forget that he's a rookie.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really all about the energy that he injected into that lineup, because the Canadians going into the playoffs had the worst record of any team making the playoffs. And obviously it's a shortened season, but I'm talking about point percentage. The worst point percentage record of any team making the playoffs, and they're in the fucking Stanley Cup Finals. That shit doesn't happen.
After dismantling pretty much everyone they played.
After coming back down 3-1 to the Maple Leafs, sweeping the Jets, and taking out the Golden Knights in 6 games. That shit doesn't happen. That does not happen. So
no, that's a special team. That's a special team.
It is a special team, and you have to look for who catalyzed that. And it all comes down to Cole Caulfield. He was the piece that was added into the lineup when they were not doing well in Toronto, and everything just fit for them. Everything. Tyler Toffoli is filthy. I could put him up there. I mean, there is a list of guys that have been playing above their pay grade. Obviously not Tyler Toffoli because he's paid to do that, but
I don't think he can pay above his pay grade.
No, he's just been filthy wherever he's went. Obviously, he had a little bit of an internal slump in Vancouver, but nasty for the Kings. Comes over to Montreal, and he's played lights out hockey for the entire season, and it's translated over into the postseason. He's a huge reason why Montreal is even in the Stanley Cup Finals, let alone, fighting for the Stanley. No, that's redundant. But anyways, Yeah, I mean, I don't. Yeah, I was very redundant. I don't know why I went for that, but I don't know. I mean, yeah, I would say Cole Caulfield, Drew. That would be my answer.
There we go.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. Well, let's move on to some issues for other teams that didn't make the Stanley Cup Finals. Damn it, Connor! You goof! You almost had it. You fucking blew it. Goddamn Islanders. Well, anyways, yeah. Obviously they have holes to fix. This team is a contender. This team should be around for the next couple of years, 4 or 5 years. They have a good core, good solid core. They have excellent coaching and Barry Trotz. So they're gonna be fine. Obviously, it sucks to watch that. If you are an Islanders fan, you get so close last year. You lose to the Islanders. You lose to the Lightning in 6. And then you come around this year and you make it to a game 7, you lose 1-0, and it's heartbreaking. They're going to be fine. There are some pieces that they need to sew together. They need to fix that goaltending situation. Good goaltending in the regular season, but it doesn't ever translate for them in the postseason. So they need to figure that out. And then we'll get to the other team, Vegas, obviously, a young team. I mean, Vegas has only been around for 4 seasons, and in each of the seasons, they've made the playoffs.
They made it to the conference finals every year at least?
No.
What year didn't they?
2019. They didn't make it to the. So I have a breakdown of this, so I'll get to that in a second. But where was I? Anyways, yeah. So for Vegas, they're still searching for answers. They have the core to win a Stanley Cup. I will say that now. They have the core. They need to find pieces that can, take advantage of the opportunities that they're given, because they come up with a lot of scoring chances, but they can't find the back of the net when it matters most for them. And it obviously has shown, because they haven't won a cup yet. And the way that the draft went for them, the expansion draft and everything, and all the pieces that they were able to acquire, this is a team that should have won a Stanley Cup already. On paper, they should have won a Stanley Cup already. I think we're past the point of trying to argue that point, or past the point of saying, oh well, they got all these pieces, blah blah blah. Well, that's fine. That happened already. That's in the past. Now looking back at the 4 years that they've tried to win a Stanley Cup, they couldn't. So what's going wrong with them? And I think again, they're not able to capitalize on the chances that they're given, and they're given a lot of chances. Whereas, Montreal capitalized on the very few chances that they were able to get against Vegas, and Carey Price was there for everything that they couldn't contain, I guess, so. But Drew, for the breakdown for Vegas, obviously the first year, their induction year, they went to the Cup Finals and lost to Washington, right? Mm-hmm. The second year, they went and lost the first round to San Jose. They were up 3-1 in the series, and then they lost 4-3. You remember that Game 7?
I remember that series. That was the first round?
That was the first round. So in that Game 7, I think it was Ryan Reeves gave up a match penalty, a 5-minute major,
and they scored like 4 goals.
Yeah, they scored 3 or 4 goals on the power play, and then Tomas
they were down
Hertl,
3-0 and won 4-3 because they scored 4 power play goals because of that penalty.
No, it was OT. They lost in OT. I'm pretty sure it was like 4-4, and then Tomas Hertl scored the OT winning goal right past Marc-Andre Fleury. Anyways, yeah. So obviously the game has already started. I don't think anyone has seen a big of an underdog as we're seeing right now with Montreal. They opened the series plus 205 to win the cup. Tampa was minus 250 in this series. So I for any Stanley Cups I've seen, it's usually been, they're both minus, or, one slightly plus, the other one is slightly minus, but never this. Like, this is crazy underdog status for Montreal. And I mean, they've embraced it. So we'll see what they can do. I'm rooting for him, honestly, and I'm a Bruins fan, but I'm rooting for him. But anyways, let's move on. We'll go right to the MLB. Ladies and gentlemen, we have our first sticky ejection.
Yeah, long last, right?
I know. It was crazy.
Seattle.
Yes, Hector Santiago was ejected.
That sounds like a fake name, but
yeah, it really does. It honestly sounds like it should be like a Gears of War playable character name. Yeah, so he had an illegal substance. I'm putting that in quotations because I'll explain. On his glove, not on his pitching hand, on the outside of his glove, Santiago comes out, says it was legal rosin, and I believe it was like 95 or 96 out when they were playing, because for some ungodly reason, Seattle was stupidly hot this week.
Yeah, Seattle's in like a fat heat wave.
Yeah, they had
crazy.
highs of like 115 degrees.
Yeah.
Week.
In Seattle, which is crazy. Oh my god. Well, anyway, so he was saying that it was a mixture of legal rosin and sweat that kind of caked up all together, which made it look weird. Honestly, do you believe him or not? Who really fucking cares at this point? James, I know James and I have talked about this. Drew, have we really gotten your point?
No, Drew wasn't on the last time we
didn't
were
get his
talking
point.
about it.
Drew, how do you feel about them cracking down on this bullshit, on this situation?
I tend to agree with what Pete Alonso and Will Middlebrooks were getting at. With there are things that the MLB has the ability to control year to year, including the baseball itself. And when you're changing this object that these dudes are getting paid to throw like 100 miles an hour, I am pretty okay with them using substances to make sure that they have a grip on the ball. I would much rather see pitchers using quote unquote illegal substances than batters getting plunked in the face like Kevin Pillar. Because good Lord, nobody ever wants to see that happen to me.
No.
I'd be fine never seeing that again.
Yeah, anything like that. So whatever these pitchers feel they need to be able to grip the ball, unless you can go out there and prove that a substance is altering the way that the ball is physically moving, I have no problem letting pitchers use tacky substances to ensure that they can throw the ball where they want to throw the ball. That's perfectly fine in my book. Now, by the same token, there is a legal rosin bag on the pitcher's mound at all times. I've never thrown a 100-mile-an-hour fastball, never had the capability to do so. So I don't know how it feels to wield that power. But I would imagine a rosin bag in virtually all cases would be enough to remedy the issue. But if you feel like you got to use something else to throw accurately, then do it. That's really where I stand on it. I don't think the MLB has been consistent enough in their punishment of cheating across the board. And I think this is a weird thing to kind of latch onto and harp on at the moment. But
it's weird. We talked about this, and I think the point behind it is because the MLB has latched on to the idea of offense.
No, I see. That's where I disagree. There as well. I am very much behind Pete Alonso and Will Middlebrooks' little conspiracy theory of the MLB changing the baseball year to year according on the free agent market and who's slated to be free agents that year. So you have a year where you got a whole bunch of high value pitchers coming up to be free agents. Maybe that year you juice the balls a little bit, make the ball fly out of the yard a little bit more, bring that asking price for some of those pitchers down a little bit because they're giving up more home runs and stuff like that. It's a very real possibility. It is absolutely that something I could see the MLB doing based on their track record. And I don't see any reason to doubt it right now, to be honest with you.
That's a good point. I never thought about that.
I know when I read what Pete Alonso and Will Middlebrooks were getting at, I was like, oh, shit. you guys have a point. I
mean, that's fair. I mean, it's not like it's really doing much for the players. I mean,
No,
like-
but any amount that you can manipulate a free agent market
Well,
is too much, to be honest with you.
right, exactly. And the thing is, for me, like, they have more power in that there's no salary cap.
Right.
Hi, James.
I think that plays a role, kinda, but that's also playing a role in, you know, these smaller market teams that aren't able to hold a winning team together because there's no salary cap and all these players are leaving for these massive contracts in one of 4 places.
Yeah.
If you're able to manipulate it in favor of the small market teams, I guess that would be the best case scenario. Manipulating it all is wrong,
Right.
but so is
Right.
not having a salary cap, to be honest with
Also fair. But anyways, yeah, well, I just wanted to get your take on that. Obviously, any manipulation, like you said, of the salary cap or sorry, not salary cap, the market itself is just ridiculous. Especially if it's going to favor owners. Especially if it favors owners, because
Right.
if you're going to sit there, you're not going to have a fucking salary cap, and then you don't want to pay the luxury tax and you fuck over fans of players. All set. All set. Thank you. Chris, I believe, is leaving. We love you, Chris.
Bye
Sleep well.
forever. Hope you find your dad.
Hope you find your dad, buddy. All right. All right. Well, let's move on. We had that ejection talk. Let's talk about we're like on the cusp of being halfway through the MLB season, guys.
Wild. Who would have thought?
Already. I mean, what? We're hitting like 70, 75 games played.
Yeah.
So we're
And
getting there.
It's
We're
been
getting
so
close.
nice to have a baseball season with minimal to no COVID issues.
I know, not a lot.
It's
not a
a
lot.
totally different experience. Kind of forgot what it was all about, and I'm loving
I
it.
know.
I know. It's
Nice.
great.
We're in a
Well,
real world again.
Dude, it's amazing.
Drew, keep your surprise, because I want to talk about some surprise teams from the season.
Boo. That was a good transition. I can't be mad.
Thank you. Anyways, so I have 2 written down. Obviously, I talked to Drew about this, and he brought up some good points, and this is why I don't watch baseball. My surprise teams for this season so far, it's gonna be the Red Sox. It's gonna be the San Francisco Giants. Where the fuck did they come from?
This is true. I mean, like I said when we talked about this earlier, the Giants have had this in the works for a couple years. They've been slowly bringing up some very talented young players out of a very, very good farm system. And it's finally coming together. It's finally culminating. And it bothers me because I've hated the Giants for a long time, and their consistency in winning World Series fucking pissed me off. So it's impressive. All props to them. Like, for them to be able to go from winning 3 World Series in like 7 years or whatever the fuck it was, to now only 5 or 6 years later, having a team that can contend at that level again, especially in a division with the Dodgers and the Padres. Dude, props to that fucking organization as a whole. They've done a phenomenal job cultivating talent from a winning team, which is something that very, very seldomly happens.
Yeah, I mean, you rarely ever see, like you said, a transition that has been as clean as the Giants have seen, I guess, clearly for them.
It's been incredible.
I know I recognize the name in Buster Posey. Like,
that's about it, though, right?
Right, but it's still there. That championship pedigree from those teams is still there in Buster Posey. So you have a leadership in the locker room, and the fact that this young talent has been doing it for them so soon is just going to be all that much better for them in the long run when they, that talent culminates and they win World Series. So,
and it's coming. I'd say that they're going to win a World Series in the next 5 years.
All right, we'll write that down. Quote of the fucking podcast, Drew. The Giants will win a World Series in the next 5 years.
by
If
2026.
that happens, I will personally send
Sorry.
them on a trip to Vegas.
Okay, Drew, there is now a trip to Vegas involved in this. Drew, if the San Francisco Giants win the World Series in the next 5 years, my girlfriend will send you on a trip to Vegas, personally financed by my wallet.
Oh yeah, wouldn't have it any other way.
Thanks. Now we're going to be bankrupt.
There's no chance.
What do you mean there's no chance? They're in first place in the fucking NL West.
I don't
Are you
care.
kidding me? Bro, I swear, if they win this year, I'm declaring bankruptcy. You will never see a cent from me, Drew.
Dude, my 5-year plan would have been super accelerated.
5-year plan in 1 year.
Right? Half
All
a
right.
year.
I know, literally. Anyways, yeah, I mean, why not? Let's talk about the home team, guys. The Red Sox. I mean, they've been a really good story this year. Again, at the beginning of the season, I said, you know, I don't like baseball, but this is a likable team. They're a likable team again.
They sure are.
I mean, from trading
great.
Mookie Betts and trading other pieces, obviously the entire outfield from literally 2 years ago has been entirely restructured, new faces. I mean, I like Alex Verdugo.
You should. There's
He's
no
making
reason
me-
you shouldn't.
He's making me not miss Mookie Betts a lot, and I don't like it, but I also really like it.
I want to go back to way before when I told y'all Alex Verdugo is a better player than you're giving him credit for.
Well, that's the thing. I didn't know who he was because I don't watch baseball. So to that point, yes, I get that. But to also your point, fuck you. Drew, I like you better. You talk.
I was just gonna say, like, I never wasn't giving credit to Alex Verdugo. I mean, I knew that kid had raw talent that just needed to be unleashed, and we've seen that so far with the Sox this year. There's no doubt that he is absolutely shown up and met or exceeded everybody's expectations.
And it's not even just that. I mean, the whole stigma around him where the attitude issues he had, all these like whatever XYZ allegations that didn't come through. And since he's been here, he's just worked his ass off and been a great teammate. And that's what we've wanted.
Yeah, and it seems like he's having fun. The whole team, again, feels like they're having fun.
The roller coaster, waving on
What's that?
extras, like
Yes.
great.
And it hasn't felt like a fun team, really, since I'd say the 2013 World Series team. I think that was the last time that the Red Sox, you look at them and goes, those are just a bunch of dudes having fun playing baseball.
And I alluded to that at the beginning of the season as well. And I was reminded that, the Red Sox won the World Series in 2018. And I'm like, well, it was kind of they were fucking trained. Like, they were fun to watch and all that stuff, but like I wasn't that interested. Obviously, the 2013 season was a whole different monster, whole different animal. But like, you're not wrong. The last time I was really invested in the Red Sox was that 2013 season. I mean, just the faces on that team, man. That was just a fun year to watch them. I feel like they're headed in the right direction as far as, I guess fan engagement. Not that I fucking like the ownership of the Red Sox. They could suck my fat cock, but
That's generous.
it really is generous. Drew, you give me that look, but me and James know exactly what I'm talking about.
I think you're talking about Braun, right?
Oh no, I'm not really talking about Braun. I'm talking about the entire fucking Arsenal thing.
Liverpool.
Liverpool. I get that mixed up every time. It's the Super League bullshit that they were going on. That entire premise, yeah, fuck them.
You really took that one to heart, huh?
No, there was an entire episode where me and James just went off. We
Yeah,
like,
good times.
yeah, good times. Anyways,
Remember,
well,
like it was yesterday.
sorry. Let's see, where are we going here? I don't watch baseball. We already go that. Some fun Red Sox news. Anyways, the Sox ended up sweeping the Yankees again in Fenway. Fuck the Yankees. And fuck you, Garrett Cole.
We did it in their house. We did it in our house. We're going back to New York next. Ooh.
Fuck the Yankees.
Actually, I don't know. I think
shit.
I think they might come here before they go back home. I think we finished the year in New York.
They still ain't shit.
I don't
Still
know,
ain't shit.
but the last game they won 9-2, and Garrett Cole gave up a fuck ton of runs.
Garrett
Fuck you,
Cole
Garrett
got
Cole.
lit
The
up.
fuck up. Lit the fuck up.
Nothing pleases me more, other
no.
than watching Trevor Bauer get lit up. That's fun too.
Or watching his interview. That also pleases me very well.
Yes.
And it's fucking hilarious. Other great news for us Red Sox fans, because we also hate the Astros. I don't know if you saw the walk-off sack bunt that the Tigers pulled off against the Astros, I think, the other day.
They lost to the Tigers.
They lost to the Tigers, first of all.
On
They
a
lost to the
walk-off
Tigers on a
sack
walk-off sack bunt.
God, that's hot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna think
I am.
about that later.
Well, you want to know what's even hotter, James? I'm gonna fucking transition to the goddamn video right now.
Like now?
Yeah, I'm gonna edit it in
Okay, but like now?
right now.
Hard somewhere.
He bunts it. Badu on the charge. He is safe. And the Tigers win it on a suicide squeeze. Wow.
Hope you enjoyed the video. Fuck the Astros. Oh, and my last note for MLB. Yeah, Garrett Cole, guess what? Fuck you again. Cheers. I fucking hate Garrett Cole. Dude's a fucking nutsack. Anyways, James, F1 racing.
Yeah.
Go.
All right, let's talk. Let's do the usual James things where we talk about all the European stuff like F1 racing and soccer. So this previous Sunday, yesterday, 2 days ago. What day is it?
Today's Monday, James.
All right, yeah, yesterday. I learned a new area. I got really confused because I thought it was the Syrian Grand Prix. Turns out it was the Styrian Grand Prix, which is in Austria.
Oh.
It was a beautiful course. It is Red Bull's course, apparently. Max Verstappen dominated the race. I don't know what they engineered his car for. I don't know what they did, but he dominated the entire race. Lewis Hamilton could not catch up to him. It ended up finishing the way kind of the table finished. I believe I'd have to look off the top of my head. I don't really remember. I think Bottas might have finished in third and Perez in fourth. But with that, Verstappen still has the lead at 156 points. Lewis Hamilton at 138. And the next closest would be Perez with 96. And then constructors, Red Bull has 252 and Mercedes is at 212. So Mercedes is just getting out-engineered fucking at an insane rate. I mean, a lot of it has to do with Max Verstappen, but whatever they did for the cars this year has been unbelievable. And I think there's a race this Sunday.
All right. Where is that race, James?
Same place, different track.
Good to know. Good to know. All
Styria.
right. Styria.
Gorgeous.
I know, honestly, I really thought it was Syria too, and then I did a double take and saw the T in the middle. I was like, I don't know where the fuck that
Also,
is. But...
James, update. Tampa's up 2-1. Nothing.
two-
Sorry.
2-0?
Yes.
Yeah.
Love to see it.
I don't. Shut the fuck up.
All right. And now
Get the fuck
for
out of
soccer.
BOTA. All right.
For
That's
the
half of
top.
our namesake, you bitch.
For the
Fine.
top.
New name. We are Bobo.
No.
All right. So let's see. Yesterday, we had some more group of 16s. The Netherlands were upset by the Czech Republic. Big thing there was a red card, and I can't think of who. But Netherlands looked like they were coming back to form, back to their World Cup form, and just hasn't lived up. Belgium, and we talked about this earlier, beat Portugal 1-0 after Portugal put 23 shots on net, and none of them translated to Belgium's 6. Then
Didn't
what?
I don't know if this is true or not, but I saw a goal. Didn't the Portuguese goalie just let in a soft ass fucking goal? And
I
that's
want to say it
that was
might have
the
been like an
difference.
own goal.
I think it was. I think you're right. Because I'm pretty
I-
sure he kicked it back and the goaltender wasn't paying attention and just let it in the net, and that was the game deciding goal. How do you go back to your country if you're that goaltender?
You really don't.
It's a
wouldn't
small
wanna
ass
go there.
country. They're gonna fucking find you, bro. Good luck.
Croatia lost to Spain. That wasn't really a shock. I mean, Croatia was very good, but Spain has been much better.
That was what, 5-3?
Yeah, 5-3. The biggest upset though
crazy.
Switzerland ended up bringing France to PKs and winning 5-4, knocking out a odds-on favorite in France. My pick for who should have won.
And it gets even worse because I know I was following that during the day. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know Mbappe's first name or last name.
Mbappe. Kylian.
All right, well, Kylian Mbappe had 2 chances to win the game for France and missed on both.
He's got a lot of life ahead of him. He's only like 20 years old. He'll be fine.
Oh, no, I understand that. That's fine. But I'm just saying, in this game, in this moment,
he had the opportunities. You got to capitalize, just like you talked about with the Knights and the Habs.
Yep, he hit the crossbar in the final minute of regulation. I think it was like the 94th minute or whatever. Hit the crossbar, and then in the extra time, hit the crossbar, and then time stopped, and they went to OT, and then he was the game deciding save, or I think he missed. I think he just missed. I don't remember seeing the penalty shot because or the penalty kick. Sorry, I'm talking hockey again. Excuse me. But I know there was controversy behind that one too, and I think it was just a flub rather than an actual really good save. But yeah, I mean, huge upset.
Massive. I'm still kind of shocked by it. I didn't really believe it, even watching it. I just didn't think it was a thing happening. And
I was updating you while it was happening because I was like, I know.
I ended up I was working, ended up flipping over to watch it and see the last few, and I couldn't believe what was actually happening. I had to rewatch highlights and see what exactly went on. And Switzerland just outplayed France. They just took advantage.
Karim Benzema, 2 goals in 90 seconds, had them up 3-1. Switzerland fought back and outlasted them.
You can't sleep on Switzerland. They have a lot of good talent. It's just they're older. They won't go much further. IMO. If they win the cup, fuck me. Tomorrow, meaning Tuesday, before whatever this release, whatever. One of the biggest rivalries in Europe is reignited. England and Germany play in the first match at 12. 2 World Wars, 1 World Cup, but Germany's going to win this one. Sweden play Ukraine later. We had a quick preview on our IG Live before the show. I do agree with Paul. I think Sweden should win this game. They're the odds-on favorite. But right now, we don't know. Everything kind of goes to the win. Netherlands is out. France is out.
Portugal's out.
Portugal's out. Fuck Portugal.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
All right, cool. Well, so that is it for news from me. Is that it for news for you, James?
Oh, yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
Drew, you got a news?
I'm out of news.
All right, sick. Well, we can move on. Thank you guys so much for listening to the BOTA News. Yes, so we have a new segment. I'm going to skip Master Debaters for this week. We already posted a question. We can use this next week because this one's kind of a running one. It doesn't really have a time frame on it, so we can get to that next week. Let's move on. What the fuck are we calling this, guys?
I don't know. Versus the house?
Ooh.
No, because that doesn't really say what's going on.
I don't know. Spinny wheelie bullshit of death. That's what I like to call it.
Spinny wheelie bullshit of death.
Yeah.
That's
what I got right now. I don't have anything else. All right. Well,
name
basically,
pending.
The new segment alert. Name pending. Well,
name pending.
The new segment alert. Name pending. Basically, and I'll let James explain it. It's guess the player.
Yeah. So earlier today, I was the place I'm currently working at. We moved to an old Reebok facility, and there are posters hanging around, just random athletes from the early 2000s, whatever, random football players. Some of them were big names. We saw Matt Hasselbeck, we saw Santana Moss, but I thought it would be fun to try to give them a few hints and have them guess. So we decided Hey, let's make it a segment, right? So here's the rules, boys. It is going to be Team Drew and Zach versus Team James. I have a player. I can give you 3 hints. I will give them to you, and then I will start the timer. You are not allowed to hit. What are you pointing at?
Oh no, Dom scored a goal in Rocket League, and I was giving her the thumbs up.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
You
so-
are not allowed to touch your keyboard in search until I finish my statements.
Okay, that's fine.
2 minutes on the clock. Hands up. All right. Here we go.
Oh, hold on. Before you go, can Drew and I communicate while we're doing this, or it has to be silent? We have to
No, you
search
can
up-
you can 100% communicate.
All right, because me and Drew work very well together, and I'm sure we'll look at different things. But anyway.
Okay. I'm only going to give you one thing that's super relevant. The rest of it is not going to help you.
Good. I like that.
This player was drafted in 2001. He was the second team All Big 12 in 2000.
I don't like that.
And he tore both of his patella. No. Yeah, tore both of his patella tendons during a game against Denver. Go.
I feel like we need a position.
Fuck you.
At least offensive or
I
defensive.
mean, yeah,
Defensive.
That's all right. Well,
And it's going to be up to my jurisdiction if I want to give you more.
I like this a lot. Actually, this is pretty fun. 2001, you said, was his draft year.
Yes.
Okay, he was a defensive player, NFL. Michael Vick, easy.
Done.
God. All right. Okay, so we're looking at defensive tackle. Ooh. Okay, and you said it was Big 12 or Big 10?
12.
Big 12, second Big 12 player of the year, whatever.
He was second team All Big 12 in 2000.
What?
I said, do you know the difference?
I don't. I really don't. What's the Big 12 versus the Big 10?
Under a minute. Big
Fuck.
12 is like the Texas area. Big 10 is like Ohio, Michigan, Wisconsin.
Okay.
Is it Derek Newton?
It is not Derek Newton.
God damn it. That would
Can I just name off a bunch of players and then call it a day?
No.
God.
No.
All right.
He is best known for a play where he injured the starting Steelers quarterback, Tommy Maddox, at their time, forcing Ben Roethlisberger to play, which is actually funny. I didn't realize that before I did this. 20 seconds on the clock.
I don't know. This is hard. This is really tough. California, no.
7, 6, 5, 4,
Nah,
3,
nah, it's not Richard
2,
Seymour.
1. Hands up.
It's Keith Bullock. God damn it. No, it's not Keith Bullock.
It's not Keith Bullock.
When did this happen? When did this happen?
2002?
I'll give you this.
2002?
I'll give you the last hint, but the hand has to go up. All right. So that the Ben Roethlisberger thing happened in 2004.
Oh, okay.
Last guesses, gentlemen. I'll give you a team guess. So you got to communicate this, and I want to say we're locking in blank.
Zach.
True.
I don't know.
Neither do fucking I, dude.
Shit.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Not knowing the round he was drafted in is tough because I have the
Mhm.
draft and I don't know. All right, here's the thing. It's obviously over. We don't know. Give me the draft round and then I'll be able to figure it out.
Okay. I'll give you one more guess with the draft round.
Okay, go.
He was in the second round.
That is why I didn't look at the second round yet. Oh God, LG Crumpler. I fucking hate that dude. Remember that guy?
No.
How could you forget Algae Crumbler?
Oh, I hate algae crumbler. All right, James, here's a question. Is Nebraska a Big 12 school?
No. At the time they might have been, but this isn't. He didn't go to Nebraska.
All right, and this is a player that injured, so it's probably a linebacker
Is
or
it Sean Rogers?
I gotta hear. It's one more
No,
guess.
hold
and I
on,
gotta get
hold
a
on,
lock
hold
in.
on.
Oh wait, no, wait.
no, stop. Don't stop guessing.
uh,
We got to look at schools. He was a he's Big 12, dumbass.
I know.
I need an answer, gentlemen.
Hold on. Wait,
I'm even allowing you to use your thing at this point because you
Yeah, I
have
know,
lost
it's
this
tough.
round.
oh yeah, 100%.
All right. Well, I'm guessing it's probably Zach. This is not the guess. We are not locking this in. But
I'll
I
give you
mean,
half a point if you get it.
Kyle
Okay.
Vanden Bosch is really, really sticking up here.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm looking at. He was on Arizona. He went to Nebraska, but I just
Which was
asked.
a Big 12 school at the time.
Oh, he did say that?
Mhm.
It might have been. I don't remember that.
It
far
Oh.
back.
is or was.
Okay. I'm not sold yet. It's
There
in the
were
second round.
there were only 2 defensive players from the Big 12 drafted in the second round.
Okay.
It's Kyle Vanden Bosch and Sean Rogers. Which one do you want to use?
All right. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to take 2 seconds.
Oh wait, no, it could be Gary Baxter. Sorry, there's one more.
This was 2004 to 2005 season or 2003 to 2004 season?
I'll just say 2004.
Did you say he was a Pro Bowler?
No, he was Big 12 second
Oh,
on
yeah.
second team or whatever. Let's see. Yes, here you go. Here we go. They went 15-1 that season.
I need a lock in. I'm getting bored.
Hold on.
You have 3
Drew.
choices.
Okay, Drew, give me the players and what teams they played on.
Vanden Bosch played for Nebraska.
No, the actual teams.
NFL teams?
Yep.
Vanden Bosch played for the Cardinals. Rogers played for the Lions, and Gary
Okay.
Baxter played for the Baltimore Ravens.
It's him. It's Baxter.
I'm
It
okay with
is
locking in
Gary
Baxter,
Baxter.
I looked at the schedule.
yeah.
The schedule doesn't lie, boys.
All right, so I'll give you half a point against the house there, but
That's tough, but that's good to know, actually. That's good information.
all right, next
Gary Baxter.
player on the board
Oh,
was
my-
drafted in 1995.
okay.
Sweet.
He was born. No, I don't want to use that. That's way too easy. As a sophomore, he was a backup defensive tackle. And when I say sophomore, I mean in high school. Nope, that's college, damn it. He was a backup his sophomore year. He played for 1, 2, 3 teams in 1995.
In 1995, the year he was drafted, he played for 3
For
different teams.
3 different teams.
Are you kidding me?
No. Maybe
Jesus.
I'm not going to say played. He was picked up and whatever by 3 different teams.
Damn. Well, I can cross off any of the Hall of Fame players, so that's good.
He
Oh, by the way, sorry, I forgot my hands are supposed to be here.
his career ended in 2004.
Jesus.
Jeez.
Yeah. Dig in, motherfuckers. And I'll give you this too. He is a defensive player. 2
Okay.
minutes on the clock. Get it.
All right, so there's a lot of players, Drew.
I'll give you another hint to start. He was a late round pick.
Okay, that's fine.
Oh, God.
Is this a name we would know?
Fuck, I don't know him.
All right, never mind.
Yeah, virtually no chance.
All right, well, this is going to be helpful because a lot of late round picks don't pan out. So that is good. Drew, I already think I have it.
No fucking way.
Wait, nope, there's 2. Drew, look up Chad Eaton.
It's Chad Eaton.
Chad
It
Eaton is our
Chad
finalist.
Eaton.
Let's go, Drew. Yeah.
Dude,
Woo!
I don't know how the fuck you did
How did
that.
you get that so quick?
Dude, I'm good at scanning. I'm a fucking legendary scanner.
All right, let's go with the last one. Ladies and gentlemen, you ready?
I'm ready for this one.
He is currently the head coach, and I won't say where because that's too easy, but at a community college. He was drafted. He was part of the 1986 draft class. No, that's not true either. That's not true.
So what you're basically telling me is that he was probably part of a supplemental draft from like the CFL or
He
something like that.
was undrafted in 1986. He finished his career. No, that's too easy. That worked too well for you last time. He only played a total of 4 games in the NFL.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Some dude that
Easy.
went undrafted in 1986 and played 4
Dig in,
NFL games.
bitch. Dig in, bitch. All right, one more hint. He only played for 3. He was either on the practice squad or played for 3 different teams. And go.
Yeah, that's great. So he coaches for a community college school right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He was drafted he was an undrafted player.
Yup. He went to school in Virginia.
Oh, he did? Oh, okay.
College?
I'm not going to say the college, but he went to
No,
college.
he went to college in
Yes,
Virginia.
he went to a college in Virginia.
Okay.
Offense or defense?
Defense? Nope. He was a quarterback. He holds 2 records for a team ahead of 2 Hall of Famers.
And he's only played 4 games.
Mm-hmm.
So it's probably something to do with interceptions.
Maybe.
Dude, I don't.
30
this is
seconds on the
fucking
clock.
Ridiculous. This is
And
so stupid.
He
Are
went
you kidding me?
undrafted in a year that they had fucking 12 rounds.
James, did he play for the CFL?
No. He didn't
Damn it.
play for the CFL.
Okay.
10 seconds.
I don't know. There's no lists of this anywhere. Like there's nothing.
Yeah, there's
Uh
even on the notable undrafted players, there's 4 quarterbacks and none of them went to school in Virginia.
That was the timer,
hold
gentlemen.
on.
Let me see if I can give you one more hint.
Okay. Give it to me.
I'm trying to find something good here.
Okay.
He was the 6th head coach at his respective Virginia football school.
Okay.
I'll tell you what. I'll give you another hint for the school. His school, his respective university, I'm going to key in on that part, was a top 20 program in 2020. Dude, shout out Gary Baxter.
Is he a good coach?
Apparently not. He's coaching at a community
Community
college.
college, yeah. That's fair.
Also, it now appears I might have lied to you about the ranking and the school.
Right. So that doesn't help me.
So I'll tell you the college he attended. He was a coach at this university I was thinking of, which was Liberty. He attended Tulane, which at one point was a top 25 team this year.
So he coaches at Liberty.
He was a coach at Liberty. He no longer coaches there. He coaches at a community college.
Oh, Jesus. This is tough. Well, I got one of them somehow. He was a head coach there. Turner Gill.
No. Do you want me to tell you the records he holds? We'll get a little bit easier on him.
Yes.
He holds completions for a rookie game set as 25 in 1987. And he holds, those are Broncos records, by the way. I'll give you that. And passing yards per game in a rookie season at 209.3.
Okay.
He holds records.
For his college?
No, for the Broncos.
Oh, for the Broncos.
So that should at least narrow it down enough that you can find that.
Okay. Broncos rookie records. That's what I can look up. Broncos rookie records. Yeah, it doesn't fucking help.
It's Ken Karcher.
It is Ken Karcher.
Who the fuck is
I
that?
don't know.
He coaches at East Central Community College in Mississippi.
Yeah, great. East, west, north, south, fucking Mississippi College. Great. Fucking beautiful. Sign me up.
Oh,
Training camp at the hometown
I did just
New
name all of
Orleans
Kim
Saints in
Kardashian's kids today.
1986 before signing with the Broncos in 1987. Karcher played in 4 games for Denver, starting 3 and posted a 2-1 record.
Yeah.
Completed 54.4% of his passes, throws 6 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. And that's all they have to say about Ken Karcher.
Not
Yeah.
terrible. Not
Could have
terrible,
been
honestly.
worse.
Well, anyways, that was a fucking ton of fun.
Oh, this would have been a funny one. He taught a 9th grade Bible class at a fellowship Christian school.
Cool.
Guys, are you excited for this next week?
I am. I'm ready to see what you got cooking up
This
for
is
us.
a
But anyways,
blast.
Thank you, guys.
I literally do a random team generator, a random year generator, and then I just scroll down till I find a name that's like, I don't know who the fuck that is.
Oh, good. Yeah. I'm glad we do it that way.
well, I think you should have something picked for you because the clues that you can give us some really vague clues and and it'll end up being like Tom Brady or whatever.
Yeah, you
And,
should
like, we have
throw
to
in
come-
some
yeah,
players
yeah,
that we
throw
like
in
have
some
heard
players
of
with
before.
relevance.
Yes,
Okay.
some players with relevance, but like give us like really fucking bizarre clues that we got to kind of like work around a little bit.
Okay, I'm into that.
Yeah, especially when you got time, you can work it up. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. That was the BOTA Show. Thank you for being there for us because we love you. And and thanks for obviously sticking around for this new segment that we had cooking up. Obviously, it'll take us a little bit less time next time when we're on strict regiments, but me and Drew get extra time because we're the favorites. You know where to find us. We are on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. We are on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, TikTok, SportsMe. We're gonna start being on something yard. What is it called again? Streamer yard or whatever.
Yard stream. I mean, that doesn't really do much for them. It's just You'll be able to find us on so many more platforms when we stream.
It's a distribution.
Yeah, so we'll be able to stream to
My bad.
YouTube, to Facebook, to Twitch, to Twitter, all in one
Ooh,
shot.
wow. Oh my God, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I did not know that. Well, anyways,
dude. I'll show
Yeah.
you something after.
yeah, show me something after. That's game changing. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. Again, I'm Zach, for James, for Drew, for Chris, who is probably asleep. We love you. Stay soggy.
Stay beautiful.
Bye.